podcast full of mayhem awaits with Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins. And it's mayhem at Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetics sale. It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Yeah, good morning. Happy Thursday. Thursday. It is Thursday. Welcome to the show.
Every day this week, I have been on the wrong day.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you because the silly TV screens in here at the moment all say Tuesday. Well, the one behind you says Tuesday, but the one behind me says Thursday.
Hey, just because the wheels are falling off around us doesn't mean we can't stay on track.
You're right. All right. We're going to stay on the bus.
We've got this.
Well, actually, you know what? You're right. We are going to put our arms around each other today, and we're going to uncover a mystery on this show to find out which amongst this team sent the drunk text to Oscar Allen from the West Coast Eagles.
Are we actually going to reveal who it is?
Not yet. But it certainly is a mystery amongst this team. Well, it's a mystery for me. Do you know who it is?
Well,
I don't know who it is.
that sounds like someone who sent the drunk text.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't me either.
It wasn't
it wasn't me.
me.
It wasn't any of us.
He's in after 7 o'clock this morning. Also today, we're going to reveal our results for what our hen's going to get up to for the wedding you built.
Yeah, so excited because Lisa and Josh are only a couple of weeks from getting married, and we found out yesterday that the boys are doing a car wash for their Bucks party.
I'm so excited. Last night, I laid out all of the different coloured Speedos to see what we're all going to be wearing on the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to wear the ones that cut off the circulation to your thighs?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to reveal after 8 what the hens will be doing, where we'll be going and what we're up to. Are we going to be cowgirl line dancing?
Yeah.
Or are we on a train to nowhere?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
just cocktails in an ice bath?
Cocktails. You know, cocktails in an ice bath and cowgirl line dancing. Very close together, those two options. When
really?
I voted last night.
Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay, I haven't looked this morning.
And still voting up for grabs between now and 8 a.m. this morning. If you'd like to jump on the Pete and Kimber Instagram and lay down your vote.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Now, this is some shocking news this morning. Lyle and Eric Menendez could be free next month.
Unbelievable.
It has been 30 years since Eric and Lyle brutally murdered their parents in a Beverly Hills mansion. And the TV shows and the docos over that time have basically made them household names, drawing a fair bit of attention to their case. And an LA judge resentenced the brothers on Tuesday after hearing evidence from relatives and prison staff. And the new sentence means that they are eligible for parole, which was never a possibility before. They were never, ever going to be released.
Yeah.
So they knew they were in forever. And now this possibility means that if they actually are approved for parole, like in a month, they could just be out walking again. So this is what Channel 9 News had said after the brothers had sort of faced what they had dealt with head on.
Moments after that ruling, the brothers gave statements via video link from inside their San Diego prison. I fired all 5 rounds at my parents and went back to reload. I lied to police. I lied to my family. I'm truly sorry, Eric said. His older brother Lyle choking up as he confessed, I committed an atrocious act against 2 people who had the right to live, my mum and my dad. Today, 35 years later, I am deeply ashamed of who I was.
It is brutal, isn't it? I mean, the Netflix doco was one thing, but to hear that in real life is so brutal.
Well, they sort of, one of the statements one of the brothers said was like, I've had to accept that and stop being selfish and immature and accept that what I did was just dreadful. But the Menendez brothers' lawyer also expressed his gratitude.
This is a decision that I think will reverberate in the criminal justice system. I want to do a hat tip to Judge Jessic, who was able to cancel out all the noise surrounding this. He did what justice said should happen, and he sentenced them to 50 to life, which means they're immediately eligible.
You know, there's something truly philosophical about this entire thing, and that is the role that Netflix is playing in a lot of cases like this now?
Oh, yeah. And there's been so many docos done on this, and it does. As soon as it becomes public knowledge and people start, it becomes very loud online.
Because do we think that this might have happened had Netflix not released their documentary?
No, possibly not. And that's the thing. But what is fascinating about it too is that these guys, what was mainly considered is the type of prisoners that they are. And the things that they've done in prison have actually been quite remarkable. And so they're looking at that going, these guys did these things for other prisoners that benefited their lives in no way that they knew they were never going to get out. So It wasn't for some sort of, it wasn't just because they thought, this will make us look good. They were doing it anyway. And to give you an example, they created counselling for victims of sexual abuse. They started rehabilitation prison programs, support groups for disabled and elderly. Eric learned sign language so he could communicate with deaf inmates.
Wow.
They run courses on meditation, alternatives to violence. They created a green space and art projects. They have mentor programs. They did all of this.
Well, their parents were portrayed so horrifically in terms of the abuse on the Menendez brothers.
And that's been the argument, is some people are saying they said they killed their parents because they were abused for many years, and there are other people who are saying, we don't believe that you were abused.
Yeah.
So it's always been a really contentious area. But I know Eric's daughter, Talia, who's not his biological daughter, but he met her mother when Talia was only 9 months old, and they're still married, him and the mum. And so, but she said, he's been a dad to me, and more of a dad than dads who are on the outside, who aren't in prison.
Yeah,
and
right.
This is what she had to say about it.
Talia, you walked into this courtroom hopeful today. How do you feel now?
I'm relieved and hoping they get out right away with the parole board.
Did you imagine this event today?
Pretty exciting day, huh?
I always imagined it, actually, yeah. I just never thought it'd be here so soon.
Do you think that the time is finally coming to hear the word freedom?
Fingers crossed.
So we have to watch this space, because just because they're eligible for parole doesn't mean that it will be granted.
Yeah.
But it
certainly
really,
looks that way.
It certainly has changed this a great deal in this last couple of days. So watch this space. We'll let you know what happens.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
On Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins, it's yay or nay.
Good morning, producer Rami.
Good morning, guys. Yay or nay is back. Okay, ready? First one.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yes.
Lighting scented candles.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Love a candle.
Love a candle?
Yep.
Do we know that apparently it's toxic?
Look, I know.
I hate this.
Is
I
it?
know, but
Apparently.
what isn't?
Thank you.
You know, I mean, I'm just being realistic. I'm sure that I'm getting worse stuff from car fumes and gear than I am, a candle in my house with sweet strawberries and lychee.
For me, it's that one thing where I'm just subtly trying to ignore it. I'm trying to ignore that fact that people keep telling me.
What bit is it that's so toxic?
Apparently, it's just
The
things
way that
are
they
burning.
name them. That's the bit that...
Yeah, what's wrong with midnight blue in the air? It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Hey,
Gwyneth's was fine.
So honestly, sorry, because I talked over you there. What is the bit that's toxic? What is that part?
Oh, that was a good line by you, because I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know the exact facts, the science behind it. But I mean, when you're burning a wick, you're burning all the stuff that's in there, right? So
Yeah.
they're saying that's toxic.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know,
But
there's
you ignore
plastic in
that.
your tea bags. So
right.
what else are you going to do?
That's true. Parts per million.
Smells
everyone.
nice. It's fine. But hey, the reason I'm talking about lighted scented candles is because that is one of the things that has been banned by King Charles in the palace.
Really?
Apparently, apart from wet wipes, which is also banned, they've also banned scented candles because
They banned wet wipes.
because
Someone
this
was
is
flushing too many of them down
funny
the
you
toilet.
ask, because the old drainage in the castle is kind of wearing thin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
people
but you don't flush wet wipes. If
Oh,
you're
but
listening
people
now,
do.
do not flush wet wipes.
People
Oh
do,
my
though.
God,
Yeah, but
don't.
people do, and that's the problem.
No. Don't allow it. Just tell them no. Make it very clear. Don't do that.
if the palace isn't listening,
But you can
how
still
do we
use
have
wet
hope?
wipes and put them in the bin.
And I mean, of all the things that are happening in the palace in a dark corridor here or there,
King Charles is like,
That's what they're
let's
chasing.
ban candles and wet wipes.
Wow.
All right, second one, complimenting someone after they have lost weight.
3, 2, 1.
yay.
Oh, nay, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Because now
I'm
we're
a
not.
yay.
You can't now. You just can't. You can't do that.
Why?
Because you're just not allowed to comment on anyone's appearance about anything for any reason. Don't tell them they look good. Don't tell them they look bad. Don't tell them they look tired. Just don't say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm the sort of person who would say something.
Yeah, you are.
Because I think it's healthy to tell someone they're looking healthy.
Yes.
I think it reinforces the work that they've done.
But you're not saying you look healthy. People, when they lose weight, tend to be told, you look great.
Yeah.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, you look so good.
It's the assumption of, hey, you looked crap beforehand.
Yeah, I know, but that's on them.
Yeah.
That's their
I have to
problem.
deal with that every time I put on makeup and you guys go, wow, where are you going?
I know, you look great today, but you...
You do look really good today.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Simple as ABC. You've just won $10,000.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins presents
ALPHABUCKS.
$10,000 ALPHABUCKS.
Perth's Mix 94.5.
$10,000.
You've just won $10,000.
Good morning, Ian. It's your turn.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, we're great. Isn't it exciting when your call gets answered?
Oh, very much.
Oh,
Very exciting.
Ian, we want to give you $10,000. We believe you got married last year. You and hubby want to get a house?
Correct. So looking to save up for the deposit.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
Takes a long time. We want to get that for you both, so let's try and get you this money.
All right, let's get it done, Ian. Let's go, mate. 30 seconds, 10 questions. Pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back around to it. Time will start after the first question, and your letter today is L for love. Ooh.
Okay.
L for love.
Okay, Ian, let's do this. Question number 1, name a star sign.
Leo.
An essential oil.
Lychee.
A four-legged animal.
Lion.
A verb.
Lying.
A villain.
Lord Voldemort.
An 80s movie.
Look who's talking.
Capital city of a country.
Lima.
A colour.
Lilac.
A maths term.
Long division.
A beauty brand.
L'Oreal.
Ian,
Oh, Ian.
you answered all 10 questions.
Oh, hang on a second.
Now we need to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to the adjudicators
Gee whiz.
to look over all of your answers. So what happens in this point is they play back all the audio. They confirm whether every answer is in fact correct.
Yeah.
You said lychee for an essential oil.
I mean,
That's an
I'd have
interesting
to,
one.
You'd have to look it up. I don't know.
Have you ever wandered into a beauty shop, go and get some lychee oil?
I mean, it would smell
I used to
amazing.
do candles.
You used to do candles. Can you answer why Rami was telling us that the smoke is toxic?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well, we can only leave it with them to run over your answers. Ian, how are you feeling about your answers?
To be honest, I'm a little bit shocked that I got through it quickly.
Are you? Oh, okay. So what's your normal? How do you normally do when you're playing at home?
I normally spend about 20 seconds struggling on the first one, and then I panic for 10 seconds and lose.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, Pete, what are we doing? Do they need more time to look at this?
They're just having a really good look. They're having a really, really good look, which says to us, Ian, that you may very well be in the money here.
Oh.
Ian, this is a big deal.
This is
Everything could have changed
this
in
is
the
a
last
massive
in
deal.
the last 30 seconds.
You know, when you sort of come into this, Kimber, like with that feeling of, oh, we might give it away, might not give it away, all that sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden you're sort of staring down the barrel of it and going, hang on a sec, we may very well just be in the money here.
That's right. And if that were the case, I think I would probably say it's something like this.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yeah?
you've just won $10,000 with ALPHABUCKS.
Sorry, oh my God, that's awesome!
Ian, you did it.
Ian,
Thank you so much.
Ian, you've bloody done it.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Ian, what's hubby's name?
Imran.
Imran?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he's just going to be thrilled. You are about to make a phone call to say, hey, honey, I just won 10 grand towards our house deposit.
He's sat next to me. He's
Oh, he's
absolutely
there.
Is
chuffed.
that right?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah,
Can you
he's absolutely chuffed.
Ian, can you put him on the phone?
Yep, sure can.
Put him on the phone.
Hi, guys.
Imran, he did it.
We did. Oh, my God. That was so harrowing to watch.
Imran, wow, that sounds like... Because you're sitting there watching him just play it all out. That's unbelievable.
I am. I was literally trying to pull up in a spot and just watch him. Oh, my God. That was amazing.
Oh,
Woo!
That was so well played. Congratulations.
It was.
We hope
Thank
that has
you.
helped you both get into your house sooner.
Oh, definitely has worked wonders. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Pop Ian back
Beautifully
on.
played.
Yep, unbelievable, mate. Congratulations.
Amazing.
You too. We'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
We've got to pass you back over to the producers because they got to get all your details because you just won 10 grand.
Oh, awesome.
Unreal.
Thank you.
All right.
Well
There you
done.
go. Ian and Imran, the eyes have it this morning. Far out. That's caught me off guard, that has.
And you know,
I
think-
wasn't even prepared for that.
I think too, when it happens at 7 a.m, it always feels like people are just sort of getting their day about, and so you're
Yeah.
not quite up and about yet. But he just played so well.
He played incredibly well.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
It's time for Oscar! Alan!
Hey, mate.
Hey guys,
How
how
you
are
going?
you? Good. I'm really glad I sat outside because I was just talking to the producers and I said I get really uncomfortable sitting in there during ALPHABUCKS because I'm so nervous. I just want the people to win.
Yeah.
And it was a good decision because, Ian got
Yeah.
the job done.
It's so tough because we are the same. We sit here and it's when the ones where there might be one answer that's a bit contentious or it needs to be checked over. And Pete and I feel sick to our stomachs sometimes when we play.
Yeah.
Now, mate, the last time we had you in here, it was quite an emotional and deep conversation.
It was.
Like just getting you to front up basically on all the stuff that's been happening to you the last couple of months.
Yep.
Thanks for getting our name into some news articles.
Yeah, you guys are very welcome.
Mate, it blew up. Absolutely.
Nice.
It's one of our most downloaded podcasts as well. Like, people wanted to hear you talk.
Yeah.
Right? How have you been since then?
Really good.
Good?
Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't play on the weekend, so that's not great.
We
but
noticed, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yep.
was a little bit sore, went over to Melbourne. We kind of assumed that I'd hopefully get up, but we took over an emergency just in case, and yeah, didn't quite make the start line. And our emergency that came in, Harry Edwards, probably had one of his better games as well. So it was really positive for him. He's a young key defender, and he played really well. So, but I'll be right to go this weekend. So that's
Right.
positive. Yeah, no long-term issues whatsoever.
Good, because it's a tough one. Because of course, you know, you have the week off because you had a knee injury. I think it was, wasn't it? You had a
Yeah,
knee.
yep.
And then, of course, it starts the speculation of everybody going, why isn't he playing? Is West Coast going to rest him for the rest of the year? Everything's so controversial, isn't it? Like, we had this audio that we heard from, is it Kane?
Kane Corns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornsey.
Cornsey.
What do you have?
Well, let's take a
I love
listen.
that you reacted that way.
Have a listen.
There's nothing to gain by him playing for the rest of the year. There's nothing to gain for his value going up. There's nothing to gain by him helping West Coast win because it doesn't matter. The only thing he can do is get injured and affect his value for the next club. So he should just sit out for the rest of the year.
Cornsey, another crack and take from the big fella.
So he's clearly coming at it from the perspective of wrapping up everything that's happened the last couple of months. The speculation that the club is not going to move ahead with a contract for you, whatever happening at the table there, the catch up with Hawthorn and Sam Mitchell, and then where you'll be next year and all that sort of stuff. And he's clearly taking that and going, how does this affect the club? I think the real question is, being the one that he's talking about, how does it affect you? Like, when you hear him talking about you like that, what are your thoughts?
It is a funny one because I actually don't mind Kane Corns because he's a little bit different to all the other footy journos. Like, he always comes with a fresh perspective, which I actually quite enjoy until the fresh perspective is about you. Yeah, that's clearly not going to happen. I'm going to play this week and I'll play the rest of the year. I'm the captain of the footy club alongside Duggo.
Absolutely.
And I want to win games of footy. And I was incredibly disappointed, as a lot of other fans were, with what a great effort we put on the weekend, and we go down by 2 points in a game where we had so many opportunities to win. So
Yeah.
I want to win games of footy, and I want to get better, and I want our group to get better. So no matter what happens going forward, like that's my immediate concern. My job is to play football, and I can't wait to go out there and do it this weekend.
Yeah, great. Because that's the thing. We know you're really passionate about it. It's what you want to do. Is like it sounds like everyone's going, oh, well, if you just take a holiday, just sit out for the rest of it. It's
just
like,
go to
that's not a
Europe
holiday.
and take
That's-
3 months.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's taking away the thing that you want to do.
Yeah, and also, like, realistically, it's my job and I'm getting paid to do it. So
Yeah.
how entitled am I, if I did think that way, to think, I'll just pack it in then? Like, that's not the way I see things, and maybe some people would, but I think that's just like an embarrassing viewpoint to have if you were someone in my position, and if you did ever think that or that came across your mind, probably a pretty selfish person, I would have thought.
Yeah. No, mate, we feel very privileged to be able to have you in here, to be able to talk firsthand about some of these things, because it's wild how much the media speculates on this stuff.
And also, it's been really encouraging because now Pete has no opportunity to sit out for the rest of the year, which was something
you
he
have
was.
to work now, mate.
Oh, God. Oh, my knee hurts. Oh, my knee. Hey, listen.
You sound like me.
By the way, we've got a double pass, West Coast versus St Kilda, this weekend, Sunday, 2:40, 13:10:60. Get on the phone, have a chat.
But the reason Pete's thrown on the drone is because we want to chat to you about something else next.
Yeah.
We're really thankful that you came in today because we understand that someone in our team drunk text you.
Yeah.
And we didn't know if you would feel comfortable or safe being around our team again.
I can confirm there was a text sent late on Saturday night.
Well, it's a drunk text. Of course it was late. And it was on a Saturday night as well. Turn it up.
All right, you wait right there. We're going to get to the bottom of this mystery.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Right now, the captain of the West Coast Eagles, Oscar Allen, and we have to get to the bottom of something. It's very important.
I feel like it's too broad for myself to apologise on behalf of the team. But we understand that on Saturday night, late on Saturday night, you received a drunken text from someone in our show, someone in our team.
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay. So now, look, we absolutely, and the people listening to this show have backed this in because they've been on the text line all morning going, we think we know who it is. We said, it's not Kimber. Right, it's definitely not Kimber.
I would never. I would
professional.
Never. Yeah.
Possibility it could be, mate.
Yeah. I reckon you'll know I've had a drunk text.
He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we have.
But it wasn't me.
No.
So,
But it leads us to producer Brooke and producer Rami. And Pete and I very much think it's a tough one to choose.
It is a tough
Either one of them absolutely could and have done this before.
Now, we understand that you've actually got the text in front of you. Let's set the scene. So it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Where were you when you received the text?
I was actually at the bar.
Okay. All right.
I just played my 100th game, and I had friends and family there, and the club put on a function to go have a drink and celebrate with them.
Nice.
And I've gone upstairs, I've gone to the bar, I was about to order a beer, my first drink of the night, and I looked down and my phone dings. I thought, are my eyes deceiving me here?
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess just if you could
read the text,
reveal.
Right.
Wait, are you going to read the text and then we're going to guess who it came from?
I think so.
I think you know who it is when I read it.
Okay.
All right. The text reveals who it is. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So proud of you tonight, despite the loss. Myself and producer Brooke were there rooting for you. You even waved to us at one stage.
What a sycophant.
Hope it was us.
Absolutely, producer Rami. Wow.
Producer Rami, can I just say, I'm so proud of you. That's the cleanest Saturday night text you've ever sent anyone.
I had to rewrite it a couple of times.
We actually have exclusive audio here of producer Rami and producer Brooke and a few of the others here from the station that were in the box yelling at you when you were playing your 100th game. Have a listen to this. Were you waving at them?
So I was really fortunate. The club put up a couple of suites for my friends and family, so I was actually trying to find them. And as I was looking across to find like my fiance, mum and dad, people I've known for 25 years, I just see Rami like doing the double hand wave. And then when I was talking about it before, Brooke went, "Oh, did you hear us?" It's like there's 60,000 people there. I didn't hear you two sitting 150 metres away in the suites yelling my name.
Do you know what was funny too is that when they told us the story that they waved at you and they said he looked up and it looked like he waved. We think he was waving at us, but what they said, it was so embarrassing because we were shouting out his name so loudly, and the other people in the box just thought we were fans. They had no idea we were shouting out to him because we're such good friends.
We're good friends, yeah. Oh, we had a conversation about when you catch up with people from work, if your partner was to ask you who'd you catch up with, do you say friends?
Yeah.
Or colleagues.
A friend from work or someone from work?
Someone
so they're
from
like
friends, Oscar?
We're friends from work. We're halfway there.
Hey, mate, it's nice to catch up with you.
You as well.
And, good luck this Sunday against the Saints, all right?
Thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
One of the things that's been talked about quite a bit in this team lately, and in particularly the last couple of days, because we did have someone write in a Dear Kimber saying that they've reached burnout and they're really just, right now, just in life, feeling pretty overwhelmed, like everything's a bit much.
Yeah.
And it seems to be across the board, whether you're a parent, whether you're not, just everyone's feeling it. And a lot of the text messages and a lot of the things that people were saying to us was that they were saying, I found it so much better when I just went off social media.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, God.
When I got off social media, I was just a happier and better person.
Can I tell you how many times I have the conversation with people now where we're sitting around a table saying to each other, oh, mate, if I didn't have to have social media, I wouldn't have it. Like for me, it's a bit necessary because of a few of the things that I do, not just here, but outside of it. But God, yes, if I didn't have to have it, I'd be off it.
As you know, I'm not on social media at the moment. I got rid of socials because I was being bullied and harassed online within the last couple of months, and I just went, it's too much, and I'm just avoiding it.
Yeah.
But I was never really one for socials. I've never had Instagram. I've never had, I just wasn't interested because I don't really want to compare my life to anyone else's.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who lived a lot on socials. They had all the social media and then they've just gone, nah, I'm out. And I think that's a harder thing to do. If you're someone who was never really into it in the first place, like me, I get that you can drift through and be like, I can go without it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But people who were on it and have changed, I'd like to hear how it has benefited their life.
Oh, yes, please.
131060, if you are someone who ditched social media, you used to be quite active and you've given it up. Because all these studies, they're saying, research shows that limiting your social media usage can lower your levels of anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
It improves your work satisfaction, work engagement, and overall positive mental health. It can increase your feelings of loneliness and isolation if you're on social media.
Absolutely, it can.
Even though it's meant to be bringing us together.
Well, here's one of the interesting conundrums that I've faced, right, with social media. And as of late, this has crept into my head a lot more as to one of the reasons why I want to get off it. It's because my social media feeds me so much, and I touched on this yesterday. It feeds me so much about who I should be as a parent and as a dad, right? And through that sort of positive reinforcement, it constantly makes me feel like I'm not hitting those levels.
Yeah.
And I'm not reaching that high, you know?
And that's being said about the positive things.
Exactly.
They're things that are people going, we're trying to help your life and improve things by giving you this, and it's making you feel bad.
I feel like I know too much. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I feel like I know too much now, you know? And I shouldn't have all of this information. Trisha, why did you go off the socials?
I just found it really negative, and I realised that my children were not learning a life skill of communicating with people and looking at people and seeing people. And I think it's really, with a world of anxiety, it's really important to teach children from an early age to communicate with people and look at people and see what's going on around them.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the easiest things, it was hard for me to get off Facebook because I've always used it for what I believe it was intended, which was staying in touch with friends and family and connecting with people like that. One of the first things I noticed was that I needed to remove all the news services. So I was like, if you're not ready to go off socials, sometimes you can just remove the stories that are coming into your feed that are just so negative. Because Trish, do you find like you were just being affected by things you couldn't control?
Yes. Yeah, there was, like Ben said earlier, parenting's hard enough, but then you have all this advice that you think is good advice because you've seen it, and you think about it when it resonates with you, because everybody is aspiring to be the best person and the best parent they can for their children. Well, I would hope. So then you actually start beating yourself up inside, maybe not willingly. So then that has a negative effect on everything else you do. And then you get grumpy within yourself. So then that has a knock-on effect on the big picture. Even when you're shopping, I've found that, which milk should I be buying? Should I be buying the high-low milk or the full cream milk? Because one's got... It's those little things that I just decided that actually it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My children need to be happy rather than,
I understand what you're saying. Tricia, it was back to that point of we know too much. Like
you're
social media, you're just drowning in information, which means you're drowning in thought and making you like second guess everything that you're doing at the moment. Anyway,
if you want to know more, go to our socials.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins presents The Wedding You Built.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
We love love on this show, don't we, Pete?
Don't we? What?
We love love, and we love an on-air wedding, a legal on-air wedding, and that will be what is happening with Josh and Lisa at just the end of this month on the 29th. It is very close.
Coming around very quickly.
That's right.
They're joining us now. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. How are you feeling about the process so far? We've voted on probably 4 or 5 of the elements of your wedding so far, with all of WA choosing what takes place at your wedding. Any regrets, or are you solidly locked in and enjoying it?
No, we're enjoying it.
Happy days.
Yeah, you love it.
No, we're all ready for
love the
anything. As we said,
Bugger. Means we haven't done our job properly.
But you are really like fun-loving and go-getting people, and we find even when you haven't liked the result or you haven't liked the voting options, you've still kind of liked them.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's been bang on so far.
I tell you now as well, we're getting so much amazing feedback from the people listening to this show about the sort of people you are. Like, they're just getting caught up in how infectious you guys are with your personalities. They're loving you. So
awesome.
Thanks for having a ball with it, because it's going well. We're enjoying it.
Well, we thought it was going well, but we have to reveal what we're doing for the Hens night now.
We do, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, yesterday we revealed, Josh, you guys are doing a Bucks party where you and your mates and Pete will be washing people's cars.
Yeah.
Have you gone Speedo shopping yet, mate?
Yeah. One of my mates, Mrs. Rock Pass, worked there yesterday and dropped off a pair of Speedos for us.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. I love that. Thank you for getting in the spirit.
I know. Thank you, Rachel.
Excellent work, Rachel. Good work.
What colour so I can coordinate?
We got black, but might have to change that colour.
Yeah, all right.
You be you,
You'll
guys.
go pink.
You're all different. You do you. All right.
So
well, Lisa,
good.
let's find out what's happening with your Hens party.
Let's see what we're doing, Kimber.
Okay. Look, the thing what I love about people voting is that over the last 24 hours, 19% of people, I think, were sheepishly laughing to themselves when they voted on a train to nowhere.
19%.
19%. I'm really glad that one has not won, because I don't know about you, Lisa, but gee, it didn't seem that exciting, did it?
Yeah, no, it didn't.
But I know that...
But, we'll make anything exciting.
Yeah.
So
We'll
it doesn't
have a
matter.
good time,
And
for
it
sure.
Can,
Yeah.
it can be exciting depending on which train line you jump on.
Yeah.
I know.
But I just love that 19% of people went, yeah, let's do this to them. It's fantastic. Okay, well, I can tell you with 33% of the vote was the ice bath cocktails.
Oh, man.
So I'm sorry, Lisa. I know that's the one you
okay.
wanted.
I did, but I did change my vote.
You changed it?
What do you mean you
I
changed it?
did.
What did you
I
end up
changed it.
voting for?
I have a heavily pregnant sister-in-law, so we went for line dancing.
Right.
Half your luck, because we are going cowgirl line dancing with 49% of the vote.
Awesome.
Half the audience went, that's what you're doing. I'm really excited about it. I think we're going to have an amazing time. And
It's gonna be
Lisa,
funny.
you've got time to work on your skills because apparently you're not much of a dancer.
I'm that awkward girl that sits there dancing, thinking she can dance.
Oh, but Josh, did you want to come? Because Lisa told us you're an amazing dancer.
Yeah,
Yes,
not
I
quite. That's what she says. Yeah. Only for her.
All right, we'll leave that one alone. Hey, so here's the thing. We also know that you guys have been inundated from the guests that will be at the wedding about what are we going to wear, everyone? What about us?
Yeah, everyone's been asking that question.
Great, because we're going to come back in just a few moments. We've got the guest outfit options ready to go for voting, okay?
Oh, awesome.
No worries, sweet.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins presents The Wedding You Built.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Hey, time for our next category.
This is a cool category because this is what are the guests going to wear to Josh and Lisa's wedding when they get married at the end of this month, live on air. And WA have been voting for all the elements of their wedding. And the guests have been harassing the couple saying, what are we wearing?
Yeah.
This is a wedding. We need to be prepared. And we are just saying, wait your turn.
Has that been a hard conversation to have? You've probably been inundated the last few weeks, guys.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
What's the dress attire?
Yep.
Well, we don't know yet.
Now, the thing is, Josh, because you and Lisa were in here with the kids the other day, and we had the kids in here to get a few of their suggestions. Now, we have listened, all right? We recorded some of that chat. Okay, so we're going to play a little bit of audio from our chat with Josh and the kids, and then we'll come back and be really clear about what the outfit options are. All right,
Okay.
here, take a listen.
Good country theme would be cool.
A country theme? Because you guys like country music.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
in chaps.
Everyone in chat.
Everyone in chaps.
I asked Caden the same question. Caden said he would like to see all the guests dressed in an 80s or 90s theme.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God.
That'd be interesting one, that one.
Yeah.
I'll bring back hypercolour T-shirts.
Yeah.
Holly, what about you? Have you got any ideas about what the guests should be dressed in?
Because that includes all of you. What would you be wearing?
What's one of your favourite things? Like in the world, is there anything that's one of your favourite things off the top of your head?
My favourite character is Stitch.
Stitch. Stitch. And what about, okay, so maybe everybody rocks up dressed as Disney characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so that being said,
Here are your
they sound
options
so
for your
cute.
guest outfits. They do sound cute. Your kids are all very cute. All 6 of them. Sweethearts.
Yeah, they are.
So these are your options to vote on. For the guests, everyone else at the wedding will be wearing either Disney characters, any Disney character they like, or the country theme, country and western theme,
oh my gosh.
or the 80s and 90s theme.
Nice.
Oh,
good
awesome.
options. Solid
great
options.
Let's see how this
Yeah.
one goes.
Yeah.
Great options from the kids. Wonderful suggestions. And I think all of them really doable.
Yeah. Anything
Yeah,
you guys would
100%.
like in particular out of those 3?
Oh, do you know what? I would be happy with either one of those. They're amazing options.
Yeah, I'd be happy with any of them.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll put you both down for Disney characters.
When
Got
you
it.
when you're imagining your wedding photos and we get a great big photo of you guys at the front and the kids at the front and all your guests behind you, what are you really envisaging they're going to look like?
Oh, jeez.
Is it leg warmers and lycra tights and, that kind of 80s, 90s hair? Or is it going to be the Disney characters? Or is it everyone getting around in flannels and denim?
Yeah, I reckon
boots.
That's so hard. It's just a hard one for me.
I'm going with the 90s.
Obviously, for the girls, princess would be great. But for the boys, I think country. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm not sure. But then Caden said, I'm going to leave this to the public.
Well, you are, mate. You don't get a choice.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, I mean, I'm not going to vote. I'm going to just leave it to everyone else.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll see how that pans out. So tomorrow after 8, of course, we'll have you back. We'll reveal the results. But right now, as we speak, those suggestions have gone up for voting on the Pete and Kimber Instagram. You just click on the stories. That's where you can vote. So if you're listening to this show, go there and vote now. We'll speak to you both tomorrow.
It's Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins.
Yesterday on the show, we had our gossip queen, Alana McLean, telling us about the Kim Kardashian trial that is currently taking place. Now, this trial is in relation to the 2016 burglary that happened while she was in a hotel. Like, it was so long ago, and everyone was very surprised that it's only just making it to trial now.
Yes, yeah.
But one of the things that stood out to me was that when Kim talked about this happening to her and how very scary it was, it's that I was really alarmed by the fact that how extra vulnerable she would have felt by the fact that when it took place, she was naked in a bathrobe.
That's right. This is her talking to David Letterman about the ordeal.
They kept on saying the ring. And I was just so startled. I was like, you know, what? Like, it didn't compute to me for a minute. And then the guy goes, the ring. And I had put it up by the side of my bed. So I handed him my ring. And then he grabbed me, and I was wearing a robe, and I wasn't wearing anything under it. I don't want to ruin my makeup.
It's fine. The makeup is fine.
Okay. And he grabbed me and pulled me towards him. But I wasn't wearing anything underneath. So I was like, okay. But then he tied me up.
Oh, my God.
Now,
wow.
I'm not going to lie.
Just
Part
wow.
of the reason I heard that and I was like, I find this shocking. This is the reason I can't sleep naked.
Right.
I just can't. When people talk about sleeping naked, I'm like, I would feel so vulnerable.
Yeah.
If there was a situation, if there's a fire, if someone breaks in, I am definitely less prepared if I'm not wearing clothes.
My kids are the reason I can't sleep naked anymore.
You would, though.
I used to love it. I love it.
Really?
And if I ever get if I have to go away for something and go to sleep in a hotel or something, I'm naked all the time. I love it.
I can't
it's
relax.
So freeing.
I can't relax. I want to hear calls 13 10 60. I want to hear your stories about when sleeping naked backfired.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, I found this story online, which just cracked me up because this is how it backfired beautifully. This person said, the apartment building caught on fire and I had just enough time to grab my spouse's robe, which was missing the tie around. And I ran outside with an infant and toddler and the news crew showed up and my kids were trying to crawl into my robe because they were scared and I flashed more people that day than I would have liked.
It's wild, isn't it?
Right,
Yeah,
it's the imagery for me. Like this one where someone said, my girlfriend and I were both naked at my parents' house with an earthquake hit. And my girlfriend stood in the doorway, because obviously you're supposed to go into the doorway when there's an earthquake.
Yeah.
My girlfriend stood in the doorway and my stepfather was in the other doorway, also naked and staring at each other.
This is the thing. You just don't know what's going to happen, do you?
I hate the idea of it.
Geraldine, it backfired on your husband. What happened?
Yeah, when we were in our 20s, we lived in Scotland and we stayed at a hotel for the night. And, of course, your 20s, you go out, drink a lot. And got back to the hotel and he thought he was going into the toilet, but actually went into the passageway. And he was knocking on the door. And, of course, me also having had many drinks, didn't realise for quite a while. And when I opened the door, he was kind of stuck in the corner trying to avoid the cameras.
Covering his bits. Hey, Bart, when did sleeping naked backfire?
Hello.
Hi, Bart. Go ahead, tell us your story, mate.
It's Brad, not Bart.
Oh, Brad. Oh, good, because I was going to ask you about being called Bart.
Yeah, nah.
Go on, mate.
Defender of the Simpsons, mate.
When did it backfire?
Yeah, so basically, I don't know if you heard of Australian. There was a huge storm that came through there a few years back.
Yeah.
And basically, I sleep naked. I still do to this day, but when that storm came through, unfortunately, my mum sleeps naked and we bumped into each other in the hallway.
You got to get up in the middle of the night. It's what happens.
That's a classic. Andrew.
Yes,
Hi,
good
mate.
morning.
Hey, go on. Hit us with your story, mate. What do you got?
Yeah, it's the first time going to New Zealand to meet the sort of Mrs. family and stuff, and we went over there and we couldn't sleep. I always sleep naked. We had a few drinks and passed out. I woke up, needed to go to the toilet, quite drunk, didn't know, sort of went to the toilet, came out, didn't know where I was, and then I sort of staggered around, opened up the door. and I've actually ended up in Nana's room, Nana and Granddad's room, and I'm trying to jump into bed, thinking it was my bed with my partner, and as I'm sort of like reaching around trying to find where I am, they've said, "Oh, wrong room, love," and she's walked me out, and I don't know if she's fully realised it at the time because it was pretty dark, and she's having to walk me back to the room, stark naked, and then put me back to bed, sort of thing. The most embarrassing time of my life, first time meeting the family.
Yep.
Oh, it's a good story, Andrew. We almost believe you.
Yeah, almost. Good on you, mate. Hey, quick, go to the Pete and Kimber Instagram. That's where we've got the voting going on for the wedding you built. We're after the guest outfit options.
Yeah.
All right, so voting has started. Okay, you need to vote on those options that are there right now, and we will have the results for you tomorrow from 8 a.m.
Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. Pete and Kimber with Ben Cousins are off to grab a bargain, and you can too with Chemist Warehouse. Stock up and save now with the Chemist Warehouse half-price cosmetics sale.